everyone, all my ghost school goblins and ghosties. I am back and I am happy to be back. Now, I was planning on doing this video earlier in the week, but I've been having some recording issues with it. Mainly, I've shot this video, I think, 3 times at this point, and it's not wanting to work with me. But that's okay. It's always okay here. Now, this particular video is one that's simply I'm someone who doesn't really care what other people think, but there are a couple of things that people say that can mildly irritate me. And this is a video where I'm going to talk about two of those things. Now, the first one, now this might seem odd because, I do try to keep, soul patch, goatee, a little mustache. But it doesn't help at all. People mistaking me for a woman. I know, I'm right there with you, like, wait, what? But it happens all the time. Now, the problem with this, because there's nothing wrong with being a woman. Let me get that out there first. I have absolutely no problem with women or anything. They are quite adaptable and, honestly could probably kick my butt. So please don't show up and like take me down. But the problem with this is I make a so-so guy. Like I'm under no false illusions. Like I took a poll and 57% of women agreed that if given the choice between their ex-husband who cheated on them with their mother, their sister, their daughter, and their father, and had been dead for 3 years, they would choose me in that scenario. So, in that particular scenario, 57% of women said they'd choose me. So I think that puts me at about a 5.7 on the 10-point scale, 57%, 5.7 makes sense to me. So that puts me at a, so-so guy. Not the best, but not the worst by any means. But as a woman, I make a god-awful ugly woman. I'm willing to admit this. Hands down, I make a ugly woman. So see, the problem here is when you call me a woman, you mistake me for a woman. What you're really saying is, "Oh my God, look at that hideous thing." Ugh. You're saying how ugly I am. Now, I don't mind being called ugly. Everyone has their preferences, and I'm sure most people would find me ugly. The problem is, like, calling someone ugly, which is just frank, to the point, can even be sincere. And then there's saying someone super duper ugly. Super duper ugly. Like, you walk in, see my face, and heart attack ugly. And that's what you're saying with that. Which that goes a little bit too far, It's not that you're calling me ugly, it's just I feel like you've taken it too far at that point. Like, that's almost like saying I'm pugly. Ugly as a pug. I'm going to give it a moment for anyone who actually watches these videos to go into the comments and criticize me for saying that, pugs are ugly. I'm sure if anyone actually did watch these videos, there'd be someone commenting on that. So, okay. There's your second. I hope you got out whatever insult you wanted about me calling pugs ugly. I personally find them to be ugly, but see, once again, up front, I'm not going overboard with it. And that's the problem, right? Calling me a woman, that's going overboard with how ugly you think I am. Now, the second one, now, see, I know I might sound a little funny when I say certain words, and some people think I might have a little bit of an accent. I've heard that my entire life. But, I've come a long way from where I started. Like, I started where, like, whatever word I said, I'd leave off the beginning of the word, so good luck trying to figure out what that was. After the first year of speech, I said the beginning of the word, but I left off the end. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. After that second year of speech, I got the beginning and the end. Somehow I left out the middle, though. Yeah, I don't really know how I did that. Like, kudos to little me for, being smart enough to leave all that out. It wasn't really intentional either. I mean, I had a stroke in the womb, and that made some wires not necessarily go and connect. So, yeah, I wound up having 9 years of speech with a British speech teacher who tried her hardest to get me as far along as she could. But due to that, people can mistake me for having an accent or how I say certain words. I have no problem with it, and I people make fun of how I speak quite a bit. And yeah, I don't have a problem with it because I know where I started. I know how far I've come, and it's all good. I'm happy with how I talk. But, and here's the but, people have mistaken me from so many different places. They've mistaken my accent, my dialect, all of that as a million different things. And 99.9% of the time, I don't care. I don't mind. Like if you think I'm part penguin and I'm speaking penguin speak, more power to you. The problem is, some people have the audacity, the nerve to say I sound like I'm from New Jersey. Like, really? Come on. Nobody wants to be from New Jersey. Nobody. I mean, Chucky the Killer Doll is trying to bring some respect back to New Jersey, but there's only so much a killer doll can do, especially when his TV show's canceled, his lore's all over the place. I mean, Brad Dourif, bless his heart, is trying to bring back that New Jersey swagger by murdering people was murdering people every week and having multiple movies, but that's just too much for one little doll and one amazing old dude to accomplish, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but I would be remiss if I said there was nothing positive about New Jersey. There is one positive thing about New Jersey, and that's people with a, New York accent or New Orleans, so deep South accent. It gives them an excuse like, yeah, I know my New Orleans accent's pretty bad, but at least I'm not from New Jersey. And the Bronx, it's the same thing. Like, as bad as the Bronx accent might be, at least it's not New Jersey. So, New Jersey does have that going for it. It has effectively become a scapegoat for all the other dialects and accents in the United States and probably across the world just to, be picked on. So, yeah, it's a uniting factor in that. So, I do give it credit there. But that doesn't mean I want people to think I'm from there. Come on. I mean, I've had people ask me if I was adopted. No, people come up and tell me their long, dark histories. I've had a lot happen to me. But, yeah, don't say I'm from New Jersey, guys. Come on. No woman out there has ever been like, oh my God, is that a New Jersey accent? I so want to be with you. You're like, no, it's like, oh, that's how you sound. Well, it was nice knowing you. Friends? Maybe not even friends. But yeah, so that's that. I think those are the two that can kind of get under my skin, but like I said, I don't really care most of the time. As far as these videos go, I'm gonna just start doing some of these videos where I just go over different things that's happened to me or different things I find funny about myself. And I'm having another set of videos I'm going to be doing, which are lore videos for my books. So, like the Killer Hunters, anyone who knows about that, heard me talk about it, or have read them, knows I have a whole pantheon of gods and other different things. And yeah, I'm just going to be talking about that, talking about like how that universe was created, talking about the different powers of the gods, things that I might not discuss in the books, or things that I might have discussed in the books, but I want to go into more detail with. So I'll start trying to do a lore video probably about bi-weekly. And they can range probably from 3 minutes to, hell, I don't know, maybe even 30 minutes depending on what I'm talking about and, how into it I get. Because the lore is fascinating to me, at least. So I hope you guys will check out those lore videos. It'll be a great accompaniment if you're reading the books. I'll also do lore videos for some of my other books that I'm writing and working on because I have a lot of stuff planned. I'm going to be releasing my theme song. I'm sure some of you have seen the actual entrance video I made for it. I will be releasing a lyric video for it later. I also have a song for a different book I'm working on. I'll be releasing that lyric video as well, probably next week. I hope you guys check that out. I'm glad to see quite a few people have watched The Power of Two, which is about Ruth Ruby and Adrestia from the Killer Hunter series. So if you like the song and kind of find the characters interesting, maybe go and read the books. Maybe. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. And this video wouldn't be complete if I didn't try to get this lollipop in the Snorlax's mouth. Come on. There we go. That just seems fitting. So Snorlax is having a snack, Screamtail's looking at us, and yeah, that'll be the video for today. I hope you guys have a great one, and I will see you next time.